Hey, it's Clint from Refinery here. Today we're going to talk about user journeys, and I want to show you how a simple user journey can make your life so much better for you and your customer, and ultimately the path to purchase. Because what you want to do is put the right message in front of the right person at the right time. And timing's everything, right? Think about relationships. Think about the place that people fell in love, the businesses that worked. It was all about right time, right place, right? Messaging was cool, but it was about being where people needed you to be. And that's the cool thing about user journeys. If you figure out where people are, you can figure out what content they need that's going to maybe lead to a decision about purchasing what you do later. So here's my story. I love tennis, and I'm not as good as Roger Federer, obviously, but I loved his backhand. I thought it was just the most amazing thing I've ever seen. So what I did is I was watching videos of Roger do his backhand. And because I was watching Roger doing backhand, I also have a love for squash. And I remember there was a squash player back in the 80s, Susan Devoy. She was a bit of a hero for Kiwis, and she was really good. Watched her too. Then this young man came along, Mr. Paul Cole, and I watched him. I watched him live as well. And where did I find the content around tennis and squash? Well, I found a lot of it on TikTok, right? And so I was watching videos around tennis and squash on TikTok, trying to improve my backhand, trying to get better. And that was cool, right? So all the content I wanted. What happened there is the algorithm said if you like these sports where there's a racket and a ball of some description involved in hitting things, you might like this other thing called paddle. And so paddle started popping into my feed, and I thought, this looks like a great game. It's like tennis and squash together with walls. And it's like, if a child could invent a game to be played that was really cool, I thought this was the game. So I started watching more of it, of course. And the place that I found more of it was on YouTube, longer tournaments, entire games, in fact, live broadcasts of paddle. And I really thought this is the sport that I want to get involved with next, right? So I did a search, and I was looking for a place that played paddle. Happened to be my local tennis club. Now, if it wasn't, I probably would have joined one and paid a subscription to be a member, but I already had a subscription. Okay, so that was great. I found the place. They were building the paddle court at the time. All right, so I watched more of it, went back to TikTok, went back to YouTube, got really involved in the whole paddle thing. And then it came online. My club finally put together a court, and it was ready, time for me to play. My wife decided she'd get involved at this point as well because I was watching more TikTok and drive her crazy. And she thought, Christmas is coming. Let's get Clint a racket. So she went online and she searched about rackets. Turned out she took this search. So I was looking at the stuff. She took over that, did a search on Google, found the paddles or the rackets, and then went to our tennis club and bought one from the store. So that purchase from the online place became a real world purchase at an actual store. And she got me a paddle or a racket, don't know what it's called, and balls to go with it and the whole discus. And I'm really involved, and I better get involved here because now I've got the gear. And so I joined the WhatsApp group that spoke to my club about paddle, and it put together people that were good and bad and in between, and managed to organize sessions where we'd put four people together and be able to play a game, even though there was kind of one. I mean, I didn't know a lot of people. The community came around WhatsApp. Interesting, eh? And so the journey there was TikTok to YouTube, to TikTok, to Google to search to find a place to play, back to TikTok to watch more, back to Google to find the racket or the paddle, joined a Facebook community, got into a WhatsApp community to find a game. And when I played a game, I posted that on Instagram because, oh, this is a great game and more people should know about it. So I start feeding back into the loop of what's really important. So along that journey of me just wanting to find out about tennis and squash, I found a whole new game, invested in it, possibly would have bought a subscription to the membership of the club that I already belong to, bought the gear, and now I'm an active paddle player that tells people about how great paddle is. That's a really simplified version of a user journey. And all that is putting the right things in front of the right people at the right time. When I was invested in it and my wife decided there was something she could do for me, she then used that as the search to find the thing that I wanted. So that decision had already been made before the search happened. I was invested. So if you want to find out how to put the right message in front of the right person at the right time, come and speak to me, Clint from Refinery. It's Clint at refinery23.nz. Let's make user journeys great, and I will speak to you soon. Have an amazing day.